Oh wow, Katt Williams just dropped a bombshell that fans have been waiting to hear. He claims that 50 Cent cut 7 huge names out of the Netflix Diddy documentary. And these aren't just any names. We're talking about some of the biggest stars in the entire industry. Katt had been hinting at this for months, and now it looks like he was right all along. So let's break this down. Katt Williams has officially jumped into the Netflix Diddy documentary drama, and he's not holding anything back. He's calling out 50 Cent for allegedly protecting certain people and keeping some major figures out of the final version. Remember when Katt went on that talk show and said, "All lies will be exposed"? Well, turns out that statement hits different now, because this is exactly what he was talking about. Here's what's wild. In this video, we're diving into those 7 major names that got completely erased from the documentary. Plus, we'll reveal what Katt himself said about why those people were protected, how he saw this coming before anyone else, and the behind-the-scenes ties between those stars and Diddy that Netflix didn't want out in public. And get this, there are claims that some people even tried to pay 50 Cent to keep those names out of the project. But according to Katt, he already knew those faces would never make it to screen. Whether it's the secret tapes or the final Netflix cut, there are always a few people in Hollywood who seem totally untouchable. Now let's get into this. And before we do, no, we're not talking about the obvious names like Jay-Z or Beyonce. We already know all about their history. This whole thing started back in 2024 when Katt Williams appeared on that viral talk show.
They're dripping down from the letters, the LVI. I know, but then that's fine. That's fine. Let's go to the game. Make some hot wings. It's fine. It'll pass. It'll pass, right? It's a phase. It's just a phase. Oh no! Tell somebody that plastic straws are coming back and throw a fit. Let a convict get arrested. Somebody put a knee on a convict's neck and it's over. Neck of it. Crickets. Crickets. Nothing. Everything's fine.
And basically predicted everything that's happening to Diddy right now. He said Diddy loved to party too much and needed people around him who would actually say no. Katt warned everyone that the truth would come out in 2024, and here we are, watching it all unfold. He called out several powerful names, from T.D. Jakes to Diddy himself, and said the ones who fear the truth know exactly why. That wasn't just gossip, it was a warning shot. Fast forward to now, 50 Cent produced a Netflix documentary titled Diddy: The Reckoning. It features unseen footage of Diddy in the days leading up to his legal troubles, private meetings, tense strategy sessions with lawyers, and claims that have everyone talking. Of course, Diddy's legal team was furious. They reportedly sent legal threats to Netflix, insisting that the footage wasn't authorized and calling the whole thing a shameful attack. But Netflix stood firm. The documentary dropped anyway, and fans can't stop talking about it. Now here's where things get even more intense. Diddy was handed a 4-year sentence related to prostitution offenses after avoiding more serious federal charges. But the story doesn't stop there. Over 150 lawsuits are reportedly still active, and investigators say more charges could come soon. The federal team handling Diddy's situation is even in contact with those working on the long-standing Tupac investigation, meaning this saga is far from over. That right there shows just how deep this story runs. People online are even saying there are private tapes waiting to leak.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude?
Tapes that allegedly show major celebrities doing things they would never want the world to see. And when Katt cracked a joke recently, it wasn't just for laughs. It was him confirming what he's been hinting at all along. He knows exactly what went down, who played a part, and who ended up getting protected. So let's break down these 7 names. First up, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, you heard that right. Snoop and Diddy go way back. Decades of parties, business deals, and collaborations. They've been in the same circle for years. So it's strange that Snoop didn't appear in the Netflix documentary at all. Well, according to Allie Carter, there's a reason for that. And what she said shocked everyone. She claimed that Snoop was even more influential and even more shielded than Diddy ever was. Allie mentioned Snoop way back in 2020, but people didn't believe her. She got called out, criticized, and told to stay quiet. but she refused to back down. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Snoop was once accused of moving young people across states for questionable reasons, but the story was quickly brushed aside. You'd think something like that would spark major headlines or official action, but instead, the world looked the other way. And not long after, Snoop was performing at the Super Bowl halftime show, one of the biggest stages in the world. That says a lot about who gets protected in this industry. A man accused of such serious behavior ended up performing at one of the biggest events in the entire country. That's wild. People have been canceled over far smaller things, yet Snoop seemed to walk away untouched. Ali Carter even mentioned that the stage design at that halftime show had letters that looked like they were dripping red, but everyone was too busy enjoying wings and the game to notice. So why did 50 Cent leave Snoop out of the Netflix documentary?